Welcome to the morning after CFFL edition Super Bowl 21 week, and we have a special appearance here by Emma, sideline reporter, who we haven't seen all year. Can you say hi, Emma? No? We're eating a cookie, and we lost some of our gummies to the puppy, so it's a bit of a traumatic morning here, as it is also for the Bone Storm, as you'll see in a few minutes. And in the other league, the Wiffle League, the minor league, I lost the second Super Bowl in 3 years on the last second and the last minute of the final game, so it's also a bit stressful here for me. But on to the action in the CFFL, which is what people tune in for. Super Bowl 21 saw the Horn Dogs take down the Bone Storm for their second Super Bowl. They're now 2-1 in the Super Bowl. They have defeated, they were defeated by the Law Dogs in their only Super Bowl loss. They win 74.5, 52.5. Russell Wilson carried the team with 25.5. Bone Storm struggled this week as Joey Bell is the only player who really showed up with 10 points. The third place game saw the Badgers take down In Rogers We Trust 68.5 to 51.5. So the Badgers pick up the win and a little more prize money. We also saw in OK Bowl number 8, the Gargoyles take down the Garbage Men 73.5 to 60. As you can see, the Gargoyles now are the first team to ever win it twice, and they won it in back-to-back years. So that is our week that was. Horn Dogs also did send a message in today. He would like Red to celebrate his victory in his second Super Bowl. Could you please tell everyone? Champ thanks them for a competitive season. Because of them, Dogs were head and shoulders above competition in playoffs and able to bring CFFL trophy back home to God's country of crivets. As you see, I'm also up north. I'm in Barron, Wisconsin here, as it is snowing pretty hard already, so it's coming your way. Season was dedicated to the legendary Coach Hutz, who is no longer with us, but apparently he's with Scott in spirit. Player of the week this week, although I don't have the slide up, is Russell Wilson, as he helped carry the Horn Dogs to a big win, and he also had a huge week, 25.5 points. Came through big. Horn Dogs were questioning whether to start him, but for his sake, luckily he did. Griff's gripe, not a gripe this week. One word, he says, and picture, #Dynasty, with the old Jim Krzewina belt. Finally, let's take a look. Well, one of the last few things here is we're going to take a look at some of the prize money this year that was handed out. But in the meantime, you can keep looking at the picture as the sideline reporter is bawling in the background. So here's a picture. Here's the prize money payout. Badgers earned a combined $175, so not bad. In Rogers We Trust won $75, Bruisers won $50, Dingles won $30, Bone Storm won $200, while the Dogs won $325 for Super Bowl 21. Prize money will go out next week because this week, Week 17, is a battle royal. So your starters, whoever has the most points, so the high point this week wins another $20, and then I'll put that on top if it's one of the other people who did it, or someone who didn't win money will get an extra $20. So just to let you know that. Please have your lineup ready. There's only game Sunday, so just have that ready. So $20 for the top points this week in the CFFL. Everything should be set lineup-wise. It should lock at game time. Otherwise, I'll also have to write everyone down, whoever is set. But you can alter your lineup right now. So if not, worst case, I'll just write it down, and then we will go from there. Finally, best and worst picks, our final thing here on the morning after. This is our final show of the year. Next year we might tweak it a little bit. This might be the last every week morning after. I think it's kind of hard sometimes to do this, so we might just do more specials. Make it more special. We're retooling the show possibly for next year, so it will be back, but we'll have to see in what format next year. But on to the best and worst picks, which is a format that we'll keep for next year as well. Best pick for the Gargoyles, T.Y. Hilton, the number 7 receiver in round 4. Worst pick, obviously, the bust of the year, Adrian Peterson, 121st running back with the first overall pick. Scott's Horn Dogs, guy who won the Super Bowl, not won the Super Bowl, but had a big game for him in the Super Bowl, the 16th running back on the year, taken in round 14. But he also then drafted the 51st running back in round number 2, so it kind of evened out. Chris's Cardinals, best pick, Mark Ingram, was the 10th running back. I got him in round number 9. Worst pick by far was Zach Stacy in round number 3. Although Cordero Patterson in round 4 was a very close one for me in terms of being a bad pick. So I had 2 of them really to choose for right there, but I went with Zach Stacy since he's fallen off the face of the earth. Bernie's Bruisers, Kelvin Benjamin was the 13th receiver this year, and he got him in the 9th round. Reggie Bush was the 68th running back on the year, but he took him in the 3rd round, so probably the worst pick there. Chet's Garbage Men, possibly with the best pick overall. Andrew Luck, the top player, and he got him in the 5th round. Worst pick, Monty Ball, was the 78th running back in the 2nd round. Dan's Donkeys' best pick was Le'Veon Bell, who ended up being the number 2 running back on the year in round number 2. Worst pick, Percy Harvin, was the 58th receiver in the 5th round. Some of the other Dan's Donkeys picks, ended up not being so bad, but Calvin Johnson missed a lot of time. Giovanni Bernard missed a lot of time, so they weren't great picks in the year, but when they're healthy, they were pretty good. Bites' Badgers' best pick was Mike Evans, who ended up being the 8th receiver overall on the year in round number 10, and Michael Crabtree was the 46th receiver in the 4th round. Glenn, shut up! Sorry, the cameraman is very upset over here. DK's Kong's best pick was Ahmad Bradshaw, who was a top 10 running back at the time of his injury in round number 12, and Doug Martin was the worst in the 2nd round as the 56th overall running back this year. Team LBM, best pick, Jeremy Hill, was the number 9 running back and had a heck of a game on Monday night in round number 7, and Ray Rice, obviously in the 5th round, was not a good pick. And finally, on the last 3 teams, Dino's Black Dingo's best pick, number 1 receiver on the year, Antonio Brown in the round number 3. Vernon Davis was the 32nd tight end, not receiver, tight end, so you're looking at probably about 100th receiver overall in round number 5. In Rodgers We Trust, he got the number 1 running back at pick number 11, and the worst pick was C.J. Spiller, the 68th running back in round 4. Best pick for the Bone Storm, the 2nd place team, Joey Bell, number 12 running back in round number 6, and Pierre Garcon was the 53rd receiver in round number 5, but did not pan out. I had him in another league, and yeah, I didn't expect him to be great, but I expected a little better than that. Redskins kind of sucked. So anyway, that's the year. Congrats to the Horn Dogs. Congrats to everyone, really, who won money. Congrats to the Gargoyles for winning their 2nd straight OK Bowl for the first time in history. Last week I wished everyone a happy or Merry Christmas, and it was a week early, but I'll wish again a Merry Christmas to everyone. Remember, week 17 is the Battle Royal, so the top points gets another $20, and we'll be back next year with the morning after in some format, and I'll see you guys again after the draft lottery, and then again after the draft for the first morning after the year. But again, thanks everyone for a great 2014, and we'll be back in 2015. Thanks. Bye.